Nintendo 64 games that are mine. Let's show them off. And if you're watching this from one of the Discords that I posted this video in, then you the real MVP. So, yeah. Anyways, let's show off my Nintendo 64 game collection. As I'm sure some of you may know, I'm going after a complete Nintendo 64 collection of all 388 games, the entire worldwide set. So, yeah, what do you say we just get started on that? I know this camera angle is kind of screwy, but you know, so we're doing on short notice. So let's check out what I got. As you can see, I have, all the games lined up here. So it's 152 games. As you can see, a lot of them, of course, naturally are cart only. I do have some boxes that I will show later towards the end of the video. But yeah, I mean, of course, a lot of people go after just the 296 games that were released in North America. They, don't really delve into anything else. And as I said at the start of the video, the Nintendo 64 worldwide had 388 games. Now, basically, of course, if you take into account all the games not released in North America, that's 92 more games, basically. So it's not a ton more, but yeah. So I guess we'll just get started then. I'm not gonna really, stuff falls. I'm not gonna really say anything about most of these games just because we kind of have to get a move on. But if there's something worth pointing out, like a lot of the Japanese stuff, I'll mention them. But of course, Super Mario 64, Mario Party, Mario Party 2, Mario Party 3 in this little protective case. Paper Mario, Mario Kart 64, Dr. Mario 64, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Super Smash Bros, Diddy Kong Racing, Star Fox 64, GoldenEye, 007, F-Zero X, Mischief Makers, Bomberman Hero, Star Soldier Vanishing Earth, one of 2 shoot-'em-ups on the Nintendo 64. I'll point out the other one in a minute when we get to it. Pilot Wing 64, Super Bowling, one of the rarest games on the console, going for like 200, probably even a lot more than I last checked. 200 Canadian, mind you, but even so, US price, that's still expensive, because it's just a rare game. And I got it for 30 bucks, because that's just the kind of luck I have. It's a great game, though, it's honestly one of my favorite games on the console. I love it. Harvest Moon 64, another uncommon game. And I got it for free, I just get lucky with a lot of these games. It's one of 2 Harvest Moon games I own, the other one being Harvest Moon Skytree Village on the 3DS, but I'd like to play it some more, just kind of mess around with it. Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Stadium 2, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Puzzle League. Oh, yeah, I kind of have to move like the first game in every row because they're the most likely to fall. This right here is Pocket Monsters Stadium. This is not the same as that. This is a game that was released in Japan only probably like a year earlier, but it essentially almost feels like a prototype to the Pokemon Stadium because it didn't have things like the mini games. It was just missing a lot of Pokemon. It didn't even have all Pokemon from the first generation. It just feels like a very rushed, incomplete game. I'm really not sure why they made it, but I can definitely see why it wasn't released in North America. Bomberman 64, this, again, kind of like that, is not the same as the Bomberman 64 you're thinking of. That Bomberman 64 in Japan was released as Baku Bomberman, so they pretty much were able to call this Bomberman 64, though I guess and I guess a few other people call it Bomberman 64 2001. But yeah, completely different game and pretty cool. Definitely one of the coolest, Japan exclusive N64 games, because now it's all Japan exclusive games here. We got Puyo Puyo Sun 64, Suzume, Tyson, Puzzle Dama, Token, Marutama Chow. Part of a puzzle game series by Konami, and this was the N64 entry. Great stuff, this series and this game. Custom Robo, one of the more well-known Japanese exclusives, you know, because it had, of course, a GameCube game, a DS game, another N64 game, and a Game Boy Advance game, you know, all that good stuff. Last Legion UX, another one of my favorite N64 games. You know, it's a mech game, fighting game, kind of like Virtual On, so great stuff. Dazamon 3D, it's, you know, the only other shoot 'em up on the console, and it's essentially just a create your own shoot 'em up game. But it has like 3 mini games, so 3 pre-built shoot 'em up, so you can get that much out of it. But it's pretty hard to make anything out of it. Wonder Project J2. I'm gonna actually. Oh damn! I don't remember, or I haven't actually memorized the full name of this game. But I will say though, this game, despite its language barrier, like once you play it in English, it really is like one of the best games on the N64. Just great story, beautiful artwork. It's a really like, you know, incredible, one-of-a-kind experience on the console. The full name is Wonder Project J2 Corlo no Mori no Jossetti. So that's the full name of the game. Shokukan Knight Pro Yaku King, one of the first games released for the N64 in 1996. Jikyo J-League Perfect Striker, another 1996 title. J-League Dynamite Soccer 64. J-League 11 Beat 1997. Let's Smash, one of 3 games to be released in Japan and Europe for the N64, the other 2 being Air Border 64 and Rakuga Kids, known as Center Court Tennis in Europe. Jikyo Powerful Pro Yaku 5, Jikyo Powerful Pro Yaku Basic Han 2001. There were 5 of these on the console. I'm missing 4. I'm missing 4, 6, and 2000. Super Beat 'em On Battle Phoenix 64. Puyo Puyo N Party. Saikyo Habu Shogi, one of the first 3 launch titles for the N64 in Japan, the other 2 being Mario 64 and Pilot Link 64. Pachinko 365 Nichi, a game that eluded me. You know, I first heard about it, looked for it for like 6 months, didn't find it, found this copy, got it for 20, disappeared for another month, and then started appearing for 100. I don't know why, who the fuck did that, but yeah, interesting game, interesting cover art, interesting story. Fuck yeah. Parlor Pro 64 Pachinko Jiki Simulation, kind of a similar case with this one, just, you know, I've seen this one more often. Choro Q64 2 Hacha Mecha Grand Prix Race. The first one was actually released here as Penny Racers. Onegai Monsters. Nushisuri 64. Nushisuri 64 Shio Kasini Noti. The last game Finn Gamer needed to complete his worldwide N64 set. So it's kind of rare in that regard almost, but you know, I've seen it more times than some of these other games. The worst Nintendo 64 game of all time, Nintama Rentaro 64 Game Gallery. Awful, abysmal, horrible. I don't know how something like this exists on the N64 at all. I just don't know what else to say. Just look it up. It's bad. SD Hiryo no Ken Densetsu. Fighting game sequel to Flying Dragon on N64. Pro Mahjong Sua Mono 64 Janso Battle ni Chausen. Another similar case with Pachinko 365 Nichi, though I've seen this more, though people have tried to sell this for like stupid prices, but I got a good deal on it. Aire Yosuku no Mahjong Juku, a 2000 release for the N64, and again, another Japanese release that eluded me, though I've seen less copies of this. But I saw one for 20, and then I've seen like 2 appear for 60. Yay. Yeah, look at this fucking game. This is, Unchen Nanchen Hono no Challenger Denryu Ira Bo. If you know what irritating stick on PS1 is, then, well, you know what this is, basically. Now this game I haven't memorized the full name. I usually just refer to it as Shiren the Wanderer 2, but the full name really is Fushigi no Dungeon, Furai no Shiren 2, Onai Shurai Shiren Jo. Yeah, mystery dungeon game, and a one-of-a-kind for the N64. Win Back Covert Operations, Xena Warrior Princess, a great 4-player fighting game. 1080 Avalanche or 1080 Snowboarding Extreme G, Extreme G2, Ridge Racer 64, Wave Race 64, Wipeout 64. My second Nintendo 64 game ever. My first was actually Mario Kart 64, but I got that before I got the console. Excite Bike 64, Monaco Grand Prix, Flying Dragon. Again, these two relate. Knockout Kings 2000, Ken Griffey Jr. Slugfest, Major League Baseball featuring Ken Griffey Jr., All-Star Baseball 99, Triple Play 2000, back when EA made baseball games, but, you know, yeah. Mike Piazza's Strike Zone, fucking awful game, don't play that. Milo's Astro Lanes, one of 3 bowling games on the console. Then we got a bunch of football. NFL Quarterback Club 99, NFL Quarterback Club 2000. I'm gonna be honest, I don't care for football at all. I just don't care for the sport, can't get into it, but you know, these were cheap, so yeah. Madden Football 64, Madden 99, Madden 2000. Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey, Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey 98. Now we got some hockey. NHL 99, the only hockey game EA put out on the console. NHL Breakaway 98, NHL Breakaway 99, All-Star Tennis 99, Waiale Country Club True Golf Classics, Cyber Tiger, PGA European Tour, a somewhat expensive N64 game, though it's really not that uncommon. I see it a decent amount, but you know, yeah, goes for like 40, got it for 10. NBA Courtside, or Kobe Bryant and NBA Courtside. Now we get into almost every basketball game on the console. NBA Courtside 2 featuring Kobe Bryant, NBA Live 99, NBA Live 2000, NBA In the Zone 98, NBA In the Zone 99, NBA In the Zone 2000, NBA Showtime, NBA on NBC, NBA Hang Time, Fox Sports College Hoops 99, FIFA Soccer 64, the first game EA made for the console, and it's very, very bad. It's kind of funny bad, but it's still very bad. World Cup 98, International Superstar Soccer 64, that is a great game, try it out. Mia Hamm Soccer 64, NASCAR 99, NASCAR 2000, Supercross 2000, probably like... I'll get back to that, but this and another game are almost like tied for like the worst racing game on the console. The course design and just motion and just controls of this is just so like mind-blowingly bad. F1 Pole Position 64. I believe this game actually refuses to start up if you have a rumble pack in it. Like, it'll start up, it'll boot up to an error screen and say, remove the rumble pack, dumbass. F1 World Grand Prix, the sequel, was PAL exclusive, and I don't have that yet. Indy Racing 2000, GT64 Championship Edition. Though, before I say, this is a pretty neat game. Might want to check it out. But as for this, I'd say, again, this and Supercross 2000 are probably tied for the worst racing game on the console. This might be worse, just because, you know, I don't know. It's bad, you know. Very few courses, loud, annoying engine noise, controls are bad, just terrible, terrible game. Brunswick Circuit Pro Bowling, the third bowling game on the console and last. Dual Heroes, that game is awful. Oh my god, is it bad. Deadly Arts, yeah, in possible need of a label upgrade, but you know, there it is, one of the few times Konami made a fighting game. Yeah. Fighter's Destiny, I do not have the sequel, but the first one's pretty cool. Mortal Kombat Mythologies, Sub-Zero, Duke Nukem 64, Superman, The New Superman Adventures, otherwise of course known as Superman 64, Virtual Pool 64, that game is dope. Like, very, very good game. Very good physics, controls, clever use of the analog stick. Really great stuff. Absolutely get this game. Chameleon Twist, don't have the sequel. I really should actually sit down and beat this game. Hybrid Heaven, very unique kind of game, and really a testimony to you know, the amount of stuff that Konami put out on the N64. Even if they didn't make a ton of like really unique games kind of like this is still a pretty cool game. South Park Rally, Automobile, Lamborghini, one of the more popular third-party racing games, Beetle Adventure Racing, Aero Gauge, and shit keeps falling, goddamn. Aero Gauge, it's, you know, it's an interesting game. It just needed more polish and more content, but, you know, kind of a standout third-party game, I'd say, for the console. San Francisco Rush 2049, pretty neat stuff. San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. I do not have Rush 2 Extreme Racing USA. Revolt. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing, a neat little game, but it really needed 4-player. Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboarding. Again, another neat little game, but also really needed 4-player. Big Mountain 2000. Kinda cool, but really need more content. And, I would say 4-player, but I think this is 1v1 racing. I could be wrong. It's been, like, not that long since I last played it, but, you know, I can't remember everything. Lego Racers, MRC Multi-Racing Championship, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, California Speed World Driver Championship, a game that is probably the best graphics on the system. They're extremely impressive. You gotta check out gameplay. It's a very smooth, incredible looking game for the console. Top Gear Rally 2, Forsaken 64, A Bug's Life, WWF Warzone, WWF Attitude, and of course the most expensive game on the console, though not necessarily the rarest, because that would be Bakuritsu Muteki Bangayo, you know. But yeah, Clay Fighter Sculptor's Cut, a game that I was very lucky and got that for free, so yeah, that's cool. The game, well, yeah, the game is a game. I don't know what really to say about it. Donkey Kong 64, need to eventually revisit that. Rayman 2, The Great Escape, Hydro Thunder, Awesome Racer, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Madden 2001, Bassmasters 2000. Jeremy McGrath, Supercross 2000, NFL Quarterback Club 2001, All-Star Baseball 2001, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Rally Challenge 2000, Madden 2002, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, and ECW Hardcore Revolution. Now on to boxed games. As you can see, here they all are. These all have box protectors except for this World Driver Championship. Yeah, I plan on probably rebuying this one of these days, but that's not a priority at all right now because, you know, it's faded, but whatever, I'll deal with it for now. It doesn't really matter for now. NHL, well, I mean, I guess I could mention them. Aero Gauge, MRC, Hydro Thunder, World Driver Championship, Xeno Warrior Princess, The Talisman of Fate, Virtual Pool 64, Ridge Racer 64, All-Star Tennis 99, NHL 99, NASCAR 99, and NASCAR 2000. Yeah, I have both NASCAR games on the N64 in box. I really don't know why, but I guess after getting this in box, I was like, I have to get 2000 in box. So, yeah, there you go. They're not good games, though, so, yeah. The aforementioned wonderful Wonder Project J2, Puyo Puyo Sun 64, slightly sun-faded, but still cool to have a box for Suzume, Tyson, Puzzle Dama, Token, Marutama Chow, Chokukan Knight Pro Yakyu King. It says King of Pro Baseball, but that's nowhere in the game's title. Jikyo J-League Perfect Striker, Custom Robo, Dizemon 3D, and Pro Mahjong Suamono 64 Janso Battle Ni Chowsen. Yeah, I did a video showing off the manual for this game. I wasn't necessarily hunting this game down in box, but I found it in box like for $30 in total, and that was actually the cheapest I saw this game. So, yeah, that's why I have it in box. I mean, all of this other stuff, you know, most of it I pretty much set out to get box. Other times I was lucky, you know, like just ran into that Aero Gauge for $10 US back in a trip to California in May of 2014. I was like, fuck yeah. And Xeno Warrior Princess, just found that at a pawn shop for $15. Was like, hell yeah. But yeah, many of them I set out to get in box, so that's something. Or in the case of Pro Mahjong Suamono 64 or All-Star Tennis 99, it was just actually easier to, you know, to get it in box in that one case. But yeah, I have like 19 boxed games. I'd like to rebuy some games in box, you know, like things like F-Zero X, Mario 64, Extreme G, International Superstar Soccer 64, but that's not a priority. Obviously, I gotta focus on actually getting games, but even so, I've been kind of slowing down on getting N64 games. Like, I went crazy with it from like August of 2017 to like January of 2019. I've still been getting games. It's just that, you know, I'd like to focus on other consoles. You might be wondering, well, why don't you have like this game? Why don't you have that game? You know, it's just a matter of priorities. You know, there were some crazy like Japanese games that eluded me that I had to get right away, and you know, there were popular ones that I wanted to get, and there's still popular ones I want to get. Just, you know, to focus on other consoles. You know, it doesn't seem like that many people have a complete N64, you know, collection. Like Fingamer has one. There's a YouTube channel called the 64 Doctor who has one. His channel's all in French though, so it's, you know, there's some roadblocks because he actually uploaded gameplay of all of them. But I noticed with his copy of Super Bowling and Clay Fighter, they had a repro label. I don't know if it was necessarily a repro cart, but the label was definitely repro. So that's something to note. Last Gamer probably has one. I don't think he specifically said that he did in his room tour, but looking at it, everything seems to check out. You know, he has like all the exclusives, but he also has like he probably has all the exclusives, but it also seems like he has you know, all the games that were released in Japan. Period for the N64, 196 games. You know, Slash Tangent, a Twitch streamer who's trying to beat all the games. He seems to be going after one too, a full collection as well. So there's that, you know. It's a cool little ambition that, you know, we'll just chip away at some point, but I just wanted to show this to kind of show off the progress I've been making and, you know, show off what I got. So, yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed this video. There'll be a much more profound video when the collection's actually complete, I guess.